Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Hi, how are you? I'm perfect.
Just, so it's 140, and I was supposed.
What's going on?
But your place.
It's
Parents, like, what's up with the wood lights? For your house, I think there's a-
What business does she have?
wants to open a sandwich.
He borrowed.
Where?
In her, where she used to have a school right there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but you know.
Nice. Oh, what?
Oh, yeah, they moved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's gonna be, outvoted, hopefully.
Yeah, they don't work all.
No, no. Thank you, Maureen.
Thank you,
Thank you,
anytime.
thanks, Holly.
Bye.
That's what I'm here for, to serve you, because I got you to be the chair.
Thank you.
Someone doing my
You're doing all the work, and why you just don't want the credit?
You have the knowledge.
I have no knowledge. I can give you the knowledge. I can be on the board.
I don't mind, sir.
No, I would rather serve you with.
Yeah. See ya. See ya, okay. Oh, sure.
I'll get everything.
Yeah. I just got to see my old neighbor. Really? Yeah. So frustrated. Here, I started writing that, so I'm gonna give that one to you. Oh, he's, you don't happen to have an extra one on you, do you?
I have some extra ones on me.
Okay, do you mind leaving one? I can, unless Kim has one. Thank her. Guys. Thank you. Hi.
Is this a hearing,
No,
regular meeting?
yeah. Yeah. At the end.
Do you think you can see if I can get raised on that back here?
Yeah. Can you see too?
Where would it be on the screen?
Do you want us to move over?
Hey, Chris, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear it. Raise the hand right now.
You
so you
see
can
the hand
it
on the
now.
top left and his entire thing is purple? See that or no?
Oh.
In
Okay.
that top left, it's that little hand bridge.
Oh, yeah.
Tiny.
It is. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's okay.
Okay, thanks, Chris.
You're welcome.
Well, it's okay.
Don't worry, Christine. If I want to speak, I'll let
So
you
you
know.
can,
You
you
can't.
can
be
say
in two
hand
places.
up.
Thanks.
Yeah.
If I don't see it, just say, like, you can do a wave. Okay. There was supposed, is Michelle calling in or from Lester? No, and then there was supposed to be somebody else. Like, I don't
I'll
know.
look, I'll see.
Oh, from, maybe. Okay,
I can look.
okay.
Oh. Glenn, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Here's.
Is that for this right here?
I'm not sure they even tell me what it was for.
Okay,
They just asked to be on hold. So
Okay.
They'll probably join later.
I forget who she said. I'm gonna put a question mark. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so it's Brad and Mr. Kellner are the ones who requested. But
Sorry,
the only one
there's
that's here is-
Okay.
But I'll be here in 10 minutes at the beginning.
Okay.
I gotta run over and take it out of order and come back.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Yes. I mean, cost. Okay. Yeah.
All right, actually, it's now. All right, we're gonna call the meeting to order at 6:51.
The recording is in live stream.
Is it live streamed?
I got one.
Okay, and the meeting is being recorded. All right, we do not have Michelle on the line, right? No, okay. Do you guys wanna ping
Was
her?
she invited?
That's a good question. I didn't invite her for the last month, I don't believe.
I
Did you invite her? Oh, okay. Well, you didn't this time.
No.
Okay. Would you like to read the February or March reports out loud?
No.
No,
I don't have.
they're right in front of you.
Well, you can do it. You don't give it here.
All right, so for the February report, this was not gone over at the last meeting. On, permits issued. Cumberland Farms, tobacco sales and their annual food establishment permit. Republic Services for septic trash hauler, Morowski Barbecue, mobile food permit. Brooks Baked Goodies, temporary food permit, Ocombe Farm Estate for the function hall, Pups Pizza, their annual establishment permit. Dave Terry for Title V septic, Kettle and Pine, their mobile food permit, Title V, new construction. Number 9, Tupelo Drive. Inspections conducted. Wildberry Acres, Dollar General, White's Landing, Epic Pastries, Quabog Baptist Church, those were all routine, and a site visit for 53 South Maple Street. 1 case of Group B strep, 6 for the influenza, and 1 for coronavirus. For March, permits issued, Off the Hook, roadside eatery, mobile food permit, PM Construction Inc., septic installer, 16 Rice Corner Road, a well permit, 20 Brunel Ave, Title V septic repair, 22 Brunel Ave, Title V septic repair, Brooks Baked Goodies, temporary permit. She got 2 of those for certain dates at the Ocombe Brewery. Wheelie Good food truck, also at the brewery. White's Landing, annual food establishment permit. Payne Construction, Title V septic installer. Permits pending are for 9 Tupelo Drive, a well permit. Inspections conducted, Dollar General, food reinspection, Quabog Baptist Church, another food reinspection. And for the flu, 3 cases, and for coronavirus, 3. That is the report from Lester. Any questions? Comments, anything? No? Okay, moving on. We're gonna skip over this one. Michelle's okay. Moving on to the February 25th, 2026 minutes.
I have a typo. I noticed right off the bat. I put
Okay.
numeral 4 under title 4, but it should be title 5.
Okay.
So I will fix that.
Thought these looked really nice. Thank you for doing them. Any questions or anything for discussion?
I think on C, on page 4, it's minor, but the ML is kind of up in the header.
That too.
Oh, okay. I make a motion to approve the minutes for February 25th as amended.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Great, and we don't have March 25th yet. So we're gonna table that for next month. All right, so moving on to appointments, scheduled discussions. I have Shelby Hill for Willow Beans permit process discussion. Yeah. Good evening.
Hi,
Thank you guys for coming.
thank you for having us. I'm just gonna kind of read off here so I don't go off topic. For those that don't know me, I'm Shelby Hill for Lincoln Street Extension. Is a mic okay, Jacob? Is he here or he just set up?
He left.
Okay, I'll just make sure. Okay, probably better. Good evening. Thank you for your time tonight. We're excited to propose Willow Beans Cafe, a small, low-impact coffee shop in our 937 square foot building. We're approaching this proactively because opening a cafe requires a significant investment, tens of thousands of dollars. We want to work closely with the board, licensors, and inspectors so we can guide our layout and setup before we invest heavily. Some of the key features tonight that I'm going to talk about, we're primarily going to be a takeout, everything in disposable containers, no customer dishwashing. So there's not going to be any mugs, any plates, no dishes to be washed. Everything is going to be in disposable things. There's going to be limited prep, limited baked goods made on site, and some of the baked goods from wholesalers off site. But those will be, again, very limited. Breakfast and lunch sandwiches, and we may also offer soups and stews. Our hours are going to be 6 a.m., and this is just approximate. We're going to have to adjust them as time goes on. 6 a.m. to 3 or 4. They're going to be from Wednesday through Saturday to start. We're going to be closed Sundays and Tuesdays. With plans to possibly expand depending on what happens, obviously. Our max seats are going to be 6 to 8 seats. We're going to be having new grease traps, a new grease trap installed. There's currently no grease trap there, but we have a full plan on putting the grease trap in. We're open to more frequent pumping, and the system passed Title V in 2024 with a 1,500 gallon tank. half of this 937 square feet is actually dedicated to the support areas. So where we're going to be cooking, preparing food, and also it does have a handicap bathroom. We've brought a proposal for a sample menu, the sample floor plan, and the Title V report from 2024. What we're basically looking at tonight is we have such a unique location with a relatively newer septic that passed Title V in 2024, like I said, when we purchased the building. The septic is a 1,500 gallon tank with a calculated GPD, which is gallons per day, of 511. To receive our food service permit, we would need to meet the restaurant requirements for the septic, which is typically 35 GPD per seat with 1,000 GPD minimum. We feel this small size of the building, the 937 square feet, half the prep and bathroom area, it's going to have limited seating, the 6 to 8 seats. Packaging everything into to-go containers, installing a grease trap, willing to pump on an increased schedule are all considerations to allow us to move forward in the process. Basically, we have our McClure engineering guy over here, so he can explain the details of what we're trying to do. So if do you want to take over?
Add on, I'm Robert Duff at McClure Engineering. As she's well put, we're just trying to establish a food usage. The system was installed in 2014. As she said, it was designed for 511 gallons per day. It's a bed. It's very big. The usage, it is town water. The usage is ranging anywhere from 95 gallons a day up to 200 a day. So it's well sized for the use. Again, the only caveat is that Title V requires for food establishments a 1,000 gallon a day minimum system. We're half of that, but the usage proposed is 6 to 8 seats at 35 gallons. We're looking at 210 to 280 gallons a day, which is well beneath, almost 50% less than the system size. And so that is what Shelley's here for. I'm trying to get a request of relief from that requirement of the 1,000 gallons a day system.
Right. So we're basically looking for a variance from the Brookfield Board of Health. Anybody have any questions for me?
What's the address? Where's the location?
It's at 16 Central Street, which is the old,
Stone
It's
throw over there.
Hillcrest.
Okay.
Some people know it as Fraser's if you've been in town a long time,
Okay.
right next to Tip Top Country Store. So it's that red building there.
Oh,
Currently, it's not being used. It's vacant, right?
Right, it's vacant currently.
Just
for the
weird.
board to give you a variance, you have to submit a septic plan design with the request for a variance. We have to hold a public hearing. We have to post it in the paper. You have to notify your abutters, and then we just have a meeting
Okay,
and we do it,
Is that really all necessary?
Yeah,
or
it's
is
a
it-
requirement of Title V.
Well,
There's
yes,
two different permits. There's which I apologize. I didn't know I had to invite
Yeah.
Michelle tonight.
oh, that's okay.
But there's the food establishment permit, correct? And then there's a cafe type permit, or what was the other type of permit you were looking to?
No, we're looking for
Okay,
this
just the
food
actual-
service. Yes, yeah. So basically what we're saying is that the requirement for a restaurant is usually 1,000 GPD.
Yeah, okay.
But,
we physically can't put it on the property, the
right,
size system.
Yeah, it's just a
No.
Title V requirement for septic.
Correct.
So-
So we like to get this addressed to the board up front, so
Yeah.
they're okay with it. And then we will provide an as-built a plan, a grease trap plan.
The board shouldn't be weighing in before a public hearing. You should have a public hearing. It's required by the state to hold a
Okay.
public hearing.
Okay, can you very slowly lay out the requirements for them so they can, know what the next steps are for.
Definitely look at the Title V regulation, but generally speaking, you have to submit your review plan, your
Yep.
septic system design with the requests for the variance. And
Written variance.
outline why-
No, okay.
Oh, okay, and then we have to do the
And then
public
the
hearing.
Title V
Notify the
engineer will
abutters.
review it,
Review.
and then she'll say it needs a variance to do that, and then she'll submit it to us and the board. In the meantime, you're gonna notify your butters, anybody who's within, I think
So
it's
100 feet.
300 feet or
300
something
feet.
of the system. And you just check the regulation though to verify that. And then you have to put it in the paper.
Yep.
We can put it in the paper and then we just can collect a check from you for the cost of the
Yeah.
ad to make it easier.
Mhm.
And then,
Yeah, whatever works.
then we
Every-
schedule a
Every town
hearing.
is a little different,
Mhm.
but if, is that the Worcester Telegram or is it?
We usually do the Spencer New Leader.
Okay. No, that's fine. Understood.
Mhm. And then we just have a hearing and then the board deliberates.
They will vote on it at
Mhm.
that time. All right, so we gotta get the
Okay.
plan in first to get reviewed and have the reviewer, that Leicester Coalition, review it and then indicate that we need a variance. We'll submit a written variance to the board.
Yeah,
And then once we get an idea of meeting times and stuff, we will get a list of abutters from the town assessor's office.
and then Shelley, the engineer, will be looking at any other aspects of the plan just to make sure it's all,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, because Shelley
okay, that
does
she
the
doesn't have any
septic.
other issues.
Yeah,
Shelley, yeah.
It's Shelley.
Shelley Hultgren. She's
Okay.
Title V agent. She's out of Leicester. You go through Leicester anyway.
Yeah,
Mhm.
consortium.
Mhm.
Understood.
Okay.
Okay.
okay, great.
Thank you, Maureen.
Okay,
Sorry it
thank you for your
took
time.
so long to get that information.
No, that's okay. It's no problem. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very exciting. All right, next up, we have Bonnie Toomey from Post Road Trading. At the hot seat. I do not have an extra copy here for you. Sorry. Do you go make one quick or no?
Mm-hmm. Did you write on yours? I did. Yeah, mine.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Bonnie Toomey and I own Post Road Trading. And the wrapped food permit that I had applied for, I received today. After a great deal of back and forth. Anyway, my question is, originally I wanted to sell coffee. And I was told that I needed the serve safe. So I went and got the serve safe. But during the serve safe, I realized there's a 3-bay sink required and a hand washing sink required to sell coffee. Modern coffee makers, a lot of them don't have coffee pots. Nothing in the modern coffee makers goes in that 3-bay sink. If you're using disposable cups and a modern coffee maker, why can't I sell coffee?
So, again, I wish Michelle was here to help answer this. From my research and knowledge, it sounds like it's something that's not necessarily required for that. But it was something that Lester was telling you that you needed.
Michelle in
Yeah.
particular,
Yep.
who is,
But then all of a sudden you got a permit.
all of a sudden I got a permit after an
For
article went,
coffee?
no,
Oh.
no, for wrapped
Wrapped.
food.
So are you still not allowed to do coffee?
I'm still not allowed to do coffee and I want to know, has the law not caught up with technology of today? Is that what it is? And if that's the case, can common sense kick in anywhere?
So my understanding, so the federal food code is a guidance, but the state of Massachusetts adopted it as code in 2013. So it's state law and it's the minimum standards. And we're not allowed to make state law less restrictive. We can only make it more restrictive at the local level. But I think we should follow that.
I do understand that, but on the other hand,
I know.
how does that law get changed? I mean, where is the exception?
So I don't know if that necessarily is the law, though, that specific thing. There, even though there is the food code and there are regulations, there are ways that the.
I mean, I can give it away. I just can't
You can give
sell
it
it.
away.
I know, it makes absolutely no sense.
And yeah, no, that doesn't make any sense either. But what I did find dealing with Michelle and Lester was that a lot of what she told me was incorrect. If it weren't, I wouldn't have my permit. And so I don't personally have the time to delve into every law and figure out exactly where the workarounds are. But
Can you give an example of something she told you that was incorrect?
she told me I needed the serve safe.
No, the allergen.
Yeah, but she also told me I needed the allergen certificate. And I questioned it. Not only did I question it, I looked it up on the state regs and sent it in the email and said, this doesn't apply to me. And then it was, oh yeah, that's right. It doesn't. And this has been a 6-month process.
When did you apply?
No, I applied over 30 days ago. I just got
Okay,
it
takes
today.
About a month anyway, yeah.
Yeah, and that's,
Gathering all your information and facts ahead of time.
but the agony of dealing with, what do I do? There's been no real clear guidance. And I'm not thrilled with it, but it is what it is. And I'm ready to move on and move forward. I don't have time for all that. I just want to know, when does common sense kick in? Why can I not sell out of a Keurig? Why can I not sell out of one of the new machines that they have in Cumberland Farms or that they have over in Al Goose? Why is it necessary? I can't put a 3-bay sink in that building. I can't. I don't own the building and I can't do it. But it would be darn nice to be able to serve a cup of coffee. And I just don't see why it's an agony. But I won't
So
hold.
before you leave, she did fill out a food establishment review.
The food plan per,
She filled out 2. So there's $100 fee and then a $50 fee.
yeah, which one of those applies? Because I'd like the other check back.
So Michelle did say both applications applied, but does the board want to discuss charging her for both? I mean, for a food truck or for just a temporary permit, it's $50. So I don't know,
It's the review plan part of it is what was the $100, was it?
yeah, and then she paid a $50 on top. Is that what we always do, or?
If it's a new establishment,
Okay. So there's no room for discussion.
I didn't say that, but
Well,
that's
can
what we
we-
know.
For discussion of reimbursing me for $175, of which was bad advised,
Was it?
ill advised.
$150, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
Okay.
I'm talking about the,
I'd like
The
to be able
survey.
to look through the,
The serve safe, every business,
I don't have to have that.
I think
I-
you do, to have the,
To
Right.
wrap
that should
food,
be,
wrapped
Yeah,
wholesale
I-
food.
I don't know of anyone who doesn't do for food serve safe for any food establishment. I don't know offhand.
Okay,
I have one for just a function hall and I do, no food
okay.
there, so,
But
but
I mean, if we want to take it up at the next meeting after we've had a chance to, I'd obviously want to talk to Lester and obtain the documents that were back and forth and kind of look at
Yeah.
what's going on and just get Michelle's perspective on it and look at the accounting as well and the review plan and just have all the.
Yeah,
information.
99% of that review plan was NA.
Yeah, I don't doubt that, but that's just because it's one plan that we give to any establishment, and there's a ton of different types of establishments that open up. So I mean, it just
But why-
covers everything.
Why is it such a long, never mind. I've taken up too much time.
Because
It shouldn't
it's-
have been
it's-
that difficult for you. Like you
I
should
mean,
have been given the.
It's designed
needed.
around a restaurant, right? So that's.
I understand that.
Kind of how it is, but they're not gonna make,
Other towns don't do this though.
most do. It is required in the food code to do a review plan.
It would have been nice for you to have some better
Yeah.
communication, all the facts laid out, so you weren't back and forth and you just thought, all right, I have all my stuff. I hear you.
Yeah.
It's very frustrating.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Yeah, the process can be very frustrating.
So
and
can we look into, can
Yeah.
somebody look into being able to sell coffee
Yeah, I mean, we'll.
without
have that
a three-bay
conversation.
sink?
Yeah, I'd like to review I don't have any of the information that was sent. I didn't see any of the documents, and so I'd just like to look through it, and then we could put it on our next agenda
Super.
about what we can do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
May I ask a question?
Yep.
Bobby Sussman, Tim. Is there a record of the communication that Bonnie's had with Lester that we can get?
Yeah, it's public record, anything that you had submitted or anything that they
So
communicated with.
that's available in the clerk's office?
You'd have to go through Leicester because they're out of the town of Leicester to get their documents, but I can ask for them myself. I was gonna anyway.
Oh, great.
So if I get them, I can forward them to you.
So
Your email is in the application.
I did forward you guys as an FYI, the email, the information and talking about this with Michelle. So you did have this. You do have.
I have
this.
all the plan.
Nope, but you have the, yeah, from
Okay.
Michelle. All right, thank you. Not right now. During public, yep,
Okay,
yep.
thank you.
All right, Wildberry Acres, is next. I have a follow-up permit. So I do have Smashing Patties on here too. Do you,
Yeah, we can go, I mean, it's the same.
yeah, okay.
So that's.
Do you want to take the agenda out of order then?
Yeah,
And
let's,
do-
thank you, Kim. Do we have to make a motion for that or,
Yes.
okay, would you like to move that?
I'll make a motion to take the agenda out of order and do Wildberry Acres and then Smashing Patties to be followed by Kermit Eaton after.
Thank you.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, you guys have the floor.
Okay, Leah Moreau, 135 Town Farm Road. So we're just here because we just want to clarify a few things. The last time we were going through the permitting process, we were on hold because we were trying to get through the septic and all of the requirements and paperwork and documentation for that. And since then, we waited, we got that situated, and then we have applied. So Smashing Patties, Nate's applied for his food truck permit through Brookfield. And so we've just hit a couple points of conflict. And I guess we would just want to ensure clarification going forward so that there's not any more like conflicts of information. So per our last Board of Health meeting, it was my understanding that our already permitted commercial kitchen could serve as the base of operations for Smashing Patties. Per our arrangement that Nate is preparing our foods from our value-added kitchen And as a benefit to him, he's already in the kitchen. It remains a single operator kitchen. He's the only one in the kitchen. He gets to use that kitchen. So when he's preparing shepherd's pie, he throws a sheet of buns in for his burgers. It's very, very minimal. And so we've had other neighboring health agents saying that we are not permitted to have Nate as his base of operations. And so we're seeking clarification. I don't know if I missed something from the last meeting, but when we had our documentation from our engineer, we had Michelle on the line, we had Shelley on the line. I'm pretty sure checked all the boxes that I thought that we needed to check. So I'm not sure if we missed something or what happened from there to then. He has since submitted his permit. We are waiting. There was some more documentation that he submitted again today. So we're just not sure if there's something that
For
was
another
missed.
town or for?
No, for
Leicester?
Brookfield.
Brookfield.
Yeah.
What else were they asking for?
They're-
Waste disposal.
Yeah, they're just looking for documentation on how I was gonna be disposing my grease and my gray water.
Yeah, okay. And you received your food permit after that meeting or before?
I received it before.
Okay.
So I received my permit and then I received the non-compliance notification after I received my permit. So then we went through that process.
So you did submit what Lester had asked?
Yes.
Yes, correct.
Okay,
Yeah, I believe I actually submitted this over a month ago at this point.
okay. So we need to follow up with Lester.
You have permits in Brookfield and where's your home?
So my business is located in Southbridge. That's where I live.
Okay, so you're on the Charlton Coalition?
Southbridge isn't a part of the Charlton Coalition.
I believe it is. Isn't it in the Charlton Coalition?
Nope. I mean, it wasn't when I got my permit taken care of at the beginning of the year. Maybe it
Or
was
maybe
at
it's in.
one point. I know
It's
Sturbridge
in a
is.
coalition, I know that. But
Yeah,
I
I
thought
know
it was
Sturbridge is
Charlton.
part of that. East Brookfield, Spencer, Wales.
Maybe it's in the one with Webster.
Yeah, maybe one of those.
One of those, okay.
But either way, so I have my permitting in Southbridge and I have my permitting in Brookfield currently. And
Mhm.
I've applied for Brookfield about a month ago at this point. And I'm also applying for East
And
Brookfield.
so you got your permit in Southbridge.
Mhm.
And they asked you who was your base of operations and you said Brookfield
I said here at Wildberry Acres.
and they were
Yep.
good.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And same thing with Brookfield.
And so, all right, I guess we have to follow up with Lester.
How long have you had your permit from Southbridge since before?
I believe
beginning of the year?
January. Yeah. This is my first year of business.
I don't really remember the conversation last month that he's saying that his base of operations was your kitchen. I
That
thought
was
you
2
said
months
that,
ago.
yeah, I thought you said that it wasn't at
No,
that
I
meeting.
didn't say that. I was asked if I wanted a commissary permit specific, and my response was that we are not going to be having multiple businesses rent our
Mhm.
kitchen. The
Okay.
only reason that Nate is using the kitchen is because he's making our farm kitchen
Yeah.
products. There
Okay.
would be no other person. I would not have anybody else in my kitchen to rent space.
Do you have a contract?
We
with
did,
each other?
and we
Okay.
submitted it to Lester from the when they came for our first inspection, I was very open and asking for all the information and was very upfront and gave them everything that they required, including the kitchen use agreement that we had in place. And to be proactive, we have Slims who does our grease trap servicing because we don't want to put any additional capacity on our septic. He has a written agreement, which we have, which
You
we
had
brought.
that at the last meeting, didn't you?
Yeah, so he has a contract with Slims. He has a contract with the Elm Center for his grease disposal and with Slims for pumping. So they come out for $75 and will pump his.
And Lester has all of those documents?
Yep.
Yeah, so
I guess we have to follow up. with
As
you.
of this morning, I had needed to get the exact written documents I had already had permission for to Lester, which I had finalized this morning, but this conversation had started with Lester about a week and a half ago.
Okay, so
once-
they're still just waiting.
There's
on a
still a
couple
little bit of
things.
waiting time, yeah, but
I can definitely send an email following up for you guys, or if you want to follow up with.
Yeah, because I think that's what we are, you know, asking that Brookfield recognizes that my already permitted commercial kitchen is an approved base of operations for Nate. And we've covered all the other bases that would come up because we understand that our kitchen is a rural commercial kitchen. And in order to maintain the capacity that we do have and to be within that threshold, we have set up alternatives for a couple of those things for him, which is not uncommon in Massachusetts. There's many food trucks that do these types of things because, you know, obviously there's not a lot of other commercial kitchen space that can be rented. There's one place in Worcester, and as far as restaurants go, they can't give their space.
Yeah, a lot of
here.
churches will do it, but yeah.
Yes, but even with churches, there's
They're pretty
issues
busy, yeah.
because they don't have the proper capacity. And we do have a fully commercial kitchen, and we're not running another operator. Our use is very low. The farm kitchen, the farm store, I mean, the number of customers that we receive when we're open is not, it's not large. And same for him. He's just starting this year. He has a couple of, you know, events that he's trying to do, and mostly in East Brookfield. So we're trying to get this situated so that then he can get permitted to be set up, because the plan is not for him to be set up at the farm with his food truck. You know, maybe a few times, but that's not the plan. So
Have you received a permit for Sturbridge or no?
I haven't applied.
Because they're also East Brookfield.
Yes, I had inquired about that at one point, and at the time I felt that I didn't want to pursue it. It just felt like it was a couple too many hurdles for my first year. So I kind of disregarded that for now and just kind of went with some other businesses that I knew of in the area. I tried setting up business with them.
Have you heard back from Lester since the March meeting?
No.
So from what I remember, where we left off was that Lester was gonna be submitting something to you because
of the
non-compliance
I didn't
letter.
get anything.
Yeah, because I remember them saying that they were going to issue you a letter saying that
Yeah.
it was in compliance
Right.
based off of all the information and all the documents you brought to the last meeting, and that.
Is that Shelley that was gonna do that?
It was Michelle. Yeah, I remember Michelle.
And it would be, I mean, I haven't heard anything back.
Did you,
Like-
just wait, did you reach out and ask?
I have not yet.
Okay,
We're in planting season.
yeah.
So it's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's crazy right
busy.
now, but
It's
yes,
spring.
I know, I will reach out. But,
Well, the board can do that too, because I think that's something that
Yeah.
we left off with her, so.
yeah.
I'm interested why that hasn't been followed up on her behalf in the coalition.
Yeah, so it would be good to have that back on record. I know,
Yes.
like, for the meeting, it seemed everything was all set. I mean, I
Yes.
think we brought the information that was required
Yep.
to, kind of deal with that and, you know, establish the, you know, the context of the property and what it's always been. It's always been a, you know, value added kitchen, has always operated a business, a farm business has always operated there. So, you know, we're not doing anything new. We just took over what was already there. So.
Where do you usually dispose the gray water and grease?
Right now, I would be using Slims to have it pumped. It's on call basis. I haven't really done business. I've done one event and I still have that gray water just sitting in there because it was like a 3-hour
Okay.
event for myself.
Okay.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything really
Yeah.
yet
Okay,
because
yeah,
he hasn't been permitted.
Mhm.
We've been waiting.
Okay.
And he did, you know, I think that's the other thing is we really do want to make sure that we're in compliance and that we are meeting the regulations that are required and that we're doing everything within the, you know, the legal frame that
Yeah.
is required of us. So,
First year is always like the ref is getting everything
Yep.
in line and then it gets easier.
I hope so.
Better.
Yeah.
Feel your frustration.
Yeah, so that's it. We just want to be able to operate, you know, what he does is a huge support to our farm. And it's allowing us to generate a little bit of some income that we actually really do need. So yeah, it's important. It's really important.
Well, we'll follow up and, you guys should follow up as well and then really be on Michelle's radar. So.
Perfect.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right. Kermit is not here. Oh, you're dead. Okay. That's okay. I don't think he has to be. So Kermit did call and, he said he spoke with Lori, I believe, the accountant, and he had applied for a, oh my God, I'm drawing a total blank. It wasn't a Title V. Shelby, do you remember what it was? A perk. Yes. And he's no longer going through with it, so he wants to like withdraw it and
Did they have,
get his
did
money.
they didn't do anything yet?
Nothing. So Lori said that he had to come to us, and so we have to vote and. if
I
he
make a
can-
motion to return his application fee for a perk test.
Okay, thank you.
I don't have the address for the perk test. It's not on the agenda, but.
You
Second?
could say his name. Yeah, for Kermit.
Is that your
Residence.
I don't have the address to give you to.
Do you want to add a
motion?
It's
I'm
fine.
happy to make a motion to return his fee if no action has been taken. I don't know if it's at his house or. if it's at
Yeah,
the
it was
property.
at his
Okay.
house. You seconded it?
Yes.
All right, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So new business, is Glenn on the phone for the performance standard survey? Are you here for that?
Yes, I'm here on Zoom.
Okay. All right, well, welcome Glenn. I'll give you the mic here.
Oh, well, my understanding is that you submitted the survey. Is that correct?
Yeah, I did it today.
Okay, we
Yes.
did not know that.
I
Well,
got hounded by Jamie Terry. She
yes,
was texting my cell phone and I said, okay, I'll just do it for you. And I filled it out. I mean, it can be opened up again due tomorrow, so.
I just didn't want to blow off the meeting, even though I checked and saw that you had submitted it. And just want to say that's awesome. Thank you so much for doing that. And I'll just say that I really respect what you do. I'm a retired health agent myself, and I worked with more than 24 boards of health during my career. And I also served on 2 boards of health myself personally in 2 different towns. And so I really respect what you do, and I didn't want to be disrespectful by not showing up. So
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for everything you do for public health in your town.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Well, thank you, Glenn.
Okay. Have a good night.
Take care. All right, so we're all set with that?
Yeah, God.
Great. All right, next is temporary spending controls. Maureen, you had requested that?
Yeah, there was a email that the accountant had put forth that said that we cannot, just to make sure that everyone was aware that, you know, there's a restriction on, you know, spending outside of unnecessary spends. So we have bills that come in, obviously, but just to make sure that the board's aware that we can't spend, even if we have a balance in our expenditure account. That's all.
Okay. All right, warrants and turnovers.
Yeah, I asked for the last few, we used to have the budget spreadsheet in a shared position. I haven't seen it shared in the last month, so just want to,
So that, Deb brought up, there's a whole, what she is using, everything is missing from Megan's time. It was all blank in what we
she's
have.
using probably not the one that's in the shared, she's probably using another
So
copy.
she must be because
Yeah.
we don't.
Because I haven't seen it updated.
Yeah, so that's where it would have been nice to hear from you where we could have found that shared folder. We were doing the best we could
It's in
with,
the Board of Health.
we
It's on
looked.
it's on the computer up
So,
there.
maybe
Hmm.
someone could show Deb where that is, and then
Okay.
that would be there. While we are on that, wait, no, I'll wait, because, okay.
I've never
Um,
even seen that.
Yeah, I was never told.
I used to
anything. We
bring
were trying to
like
figure
copies of
it
the
out.
budget quarterly to meetings, but it's there, it's on the computer. Anyone should be able to see it. I guess my question really too is around the process. I mean, it's probably a bit moot. But you've been signing off on the warrants
Mhm.
for like say permit applications for OCOM. You know, should those, in that regard, should those actually come to the board or at least be reviewed by the board? Just to
I'm
avoid
gonna
any
still
conflict?
look back on that
Yeah.
because I don't believe I have.
Okay, I was just looking at the March report.
Okay,
So I don't know
well,
when they fly.
you can do whatever whatever.
You
Sorry,
don't have to.
moving on.
I don't know what any of it is.
Yeah, okay.
Signing on here.
All right, no, I'll leave it open. You guys discuss whatever you'd like.
Not gonna go that way.
Okay, so are we good to move on? Or do you want to talk about anything else on warrants and turnovers?
Yep, just like to see the copies.
I thought you said
I
it on
can
the
do a
computer.
copy of everything that you had requested.
I don't know if I don't know what's happening with the computer. I used to be able to just see them, so I can't see them. We did a SharePoint, right? So.
I
put you guys
had
in the
asked
SharePoint?
Jacob to set that all up
I
from,
thought you did, because I saw it.
Okay,
email
so
that said,
then I
welcome to the SharePoint, but now there's nothing in the SharePoint, and that's.
so then Deb doesn't know how to add it and someone needs to tell her.
Okay.
And I haven't either, and I'm done after today, so I guess
You're
somebody
done today or the election?
after the election.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
all right. Anything else you wanna say on that? I had made a copy of everything you had requested right in front of you.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so I guess do you still want to talk about board member access to the records, documents? Anything else there? No?
I guess maybe Jacob should be
I've
consulted.
been trying to ask Jacob everything, so.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if the SharePoint's a different setup here in the town from what I'm used to using. They can be set up in different ways, and I do remember them because of the way it's done. I'm not sure how she's supposed to be adding documents or using that, so maybe he's the best person to ask.
All right. I've been asking him, if you want to ask him as well, go
Okay.
for it. Anything else? No? All right, so Steve Novak, he hasn't been reimbursed since January, he said. Or maybe even before that. I did sign last week for him to, Deb did his. So I don't know how we go about that. Or if you know
I
anything
think
about it.
I think there was one done, but I don't know what was the date when Megan left?
I don't-
February?
I
I want
think
to
it
say
was-
March.
Was it?
Yeah, because.
I'm not sure, when was the last time we got a stipend?
It's been a while.
Yeah, so I think
I
nobody's
think I
gotten a
got
stipend.
2 in 1 month. I think it's because when we don't have a treasurer.
So Deb also said she hasn't gotten paid for ACO either. And,
Well, we don't do
no,
that.
I know, I don't know.
So I don't know, maybe stipends, I don't know, maybe they put the stipends on hold because of the expenditure issue, because it is kind of it's not a, it's sort of like at the discretion of the town to give those to us, so maybe
I feel like we should
So
have
that
gotten a
was-
notification about it, if that was.
There was an email that Lori sent out broadly about the expenditure thing, but I just don't remember it talking about stipends, but somebody can.
So I do know Deb asked her and Lori's response was it was up to her discretion, so maybe that's what that means. But is she
Yeah,
someone
maybe.
we could reach out to?
I'll reach out to Lori and ask.
So you're asking about Steve?
Yeah, I'll ask in general about stipend.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So transfer station. The way it went on here, I think it kind of got messed up. So, just so everybody knows, Jim, what date? He had his surgery, I believe, and Patrick O'Leary has been filling in for him. So then the transfer station bags. Is that why you brought up the spending then? Would that count?
I brought up the what?
The select board's spending memo?
No, the tri
Is that-
stamps, the bags are required.
Okay,
You know, that's like not a nice to have, that's something we need.
okay.
But we
So,
usually order them around June. Are they out or close?
yes, I don't know, Jim came in and said which one is this? I think we were out. And Mike Siri was getting a quote. Which one is that?
Pipeliners.
High D liners. So we need 26 cases, so it would be 1,128.
We can use if we still have grant funds, we can use them. Or it has to just come out of transfer station expense. And there should be money to buy the bags. I would like.
So how does that work?
See some reconciliation though of there's been an increase in the sales of the bags? Why are we running out quickly? Like, why are we?
I
would be curious to know if there's an uptick in the usage because they're.
So we usually
Considered
order
trash.
in June.
We usually order them around June because that's,
Do they come in?
we usually order them in June for them to be in like July, with the new year, and usually wait to try to use budget in the fiscal year to avoid using it in the next fiscal year if we have extra
So
budget.
Jim could have just been trying to be proactive because of with his surgery and everything. I'm not sure, but.
I'll take a ride. I'll take a ride down on Saturday to see what's there. And then kind of just do a little inventory check, but
Yeah,
we should be
it's
able to
not
order,
May yet.
get a invoice from Highliners and whatever they're called, and I mean,
When Jim came in, I happened to be in there with Mike. He would know. I just don't remember. So,
yeah,
so you want to wait on ordering these or?
well, I'll go down on Saturday and just see what's there. But I don't think we need to wait to order them. I think it'd be fine to order them. Okay. We have to order them every year anyway, if we order them in advance. I guess my only question would be if we're seeing an uptick in the usage, we may need to order more than we normally order if we're starting to use more. I just don't know. So I'd have to look to see how many have sold. We sell them at Central Package.
Oh,
and
he
Tip
said
Top.
26 cases.
Cumberland Farm.
We wanted
used
to
to.
sell them. They used to be there, but they
not
haven't,
anymore.
they haven't been. It'd be nice to see them there again, but they have to be invoiced or something, some weird thing instead of just sending a check.
Do we have to vote on this or we just good to go?
No, I mean, it's just,
Okay. Good. All right. So, and then I just wanted to discuss where the board was at with money orders versus cash handling. Jim has just been doing money orders. And then Lori said she wants cash, so do we have to talk about that or?
I guess we do what Lori says. I don't know. I wouldn't want to go against what Lori says. She says she wants it to be cash. I know she had an issue.
I thought we didn't
them.
want to deal with cash.
I didn't,
Yeah, that's
I
what
don't think,
thought.
I don't like to do it. I think the whole thing's a little odd because there's cash handling at the transfer station. Then somebody has to take that and physically bring that to town hall and somebody's going off and taking it to the bank, getting a money order and coming. It is a little strange, but we also don't have a mechanism like a cash drop for them on Tuesday evening and Saturday evening after they close to drop the cash at the town hall. And so then it like, you know,
I just don't, I don't
I think it's a bigger conversation than just us. I feel like the select board needs to decide how they want to handle this. Because I know they talked about
I
this.
know other towns have you actually go to the town hall to purchase things for the transfer station.
Yeah, but
So
But
which
that's, so
one-
that's, there's just
I don't
different
know,
ways.
getting it and then we just leave them hanging.
well, I think, I know the conversation had come up because I thought the select board was taking over sort of the day-to-day stuff. And personnel and everything down there, but they talked about this before. I know they talked about being able to take cards down there. There's a lot of issues, obviously, having to have like internet connection for the machine to work and things like that. So, I mean, I just don't know where the select board ended up. It was like a conversation they had when he went out the first time, and then it doesn't seem like it ever went anywhere. So if I just, I don't mind following up with Lori, just to kind of understand what she wants for a process, and then we can just. When does Jim come back?
Well, he was hoping Saturday, but
Okay,
realistically,
so let's, I mean, I guess,
that was in Jim's humor Saturday, so.
yeah, I know.
I don't
it's
know a
true,
date.
But, okay.
But if you wouldn't mind following up for him.
Yeah, I'll follow up.
Okay.
I'm gonna go down to the transfer station, check on the bags. I'll go down and talk to him
Well, it would be.
about that, and then I'll talk to
Patrick.
Lori. Oh, Patrick.
Unless he is there, God bless him. I don't know, but,
I can talk to Patrick.
okay. Okay. Are we
I'll
reaching
talk to
out?
Lori first, just to make sure I understand what she wants.
Okay, that's good.
Are we reaching out to the select board? Or you'll just talk to Lori?
To Lori, and then if that conversation requires a conversation with the select board, I'll ask for them to put it on their agenda.
Okay.
Okay. So this one was also for Lester, just for us to discuss as far as communication. There was some sensitive information, or a sensitive case, I should say, that was left out of the February report. And I don't think
Was
it was
was it
13.
housing or,
Yeah, it was housing.
those are usually confidential until they're completed.
So my only issue with it and why I wanted to discuss and make sure the board knows is
if there had been communication in response to like the board or to the officer, like it could have been more proactively handled. But we didn't know anything about it, so. I just wanted to say that. So again, I just really want to encourage the board to continue working with Lester for efficiency, communication, and business support. That's all I want to say about that.
I think the hard part is that sometimes we reach out to them for things and then there's no true
follow-up.
follow-up.
Yeah.
And we don't get good communication back from them.
Yeah. I think I made that known to Michelle, so hopefully like just she tries.
I guess it's kind of one of those things that with follow up on the board for a housing issue, the board would normally not be involved unless there was an appeal to like sort of an order, you know, that if there's a housing issue and they go out and they write up an order to correct, that individual has the right to ask for an appeal, and then we do a hearing. And if we're involved in all of it ahead of that, then it could be contested, our decision, because it could say that we're biased. And that's the reason we don't get involved in those kinds of things. If it's the situation I'm thinking of, you know, we had EMS and police involved on that end of it, and that isn't their jurisdiction. There's like the part that would have been in ours would have been sort of like the conditions in the property. And it's always a touchy situation because really it's enforcement on our end. And if it's a person who's just really in need and needs like mental health services and things like that, I don't find it super helpful that we just go right into a lot of enforcement because it just adds a lot of extra strain on that individual unless it's absolutely necessary. You know, we obviously have to make sure that the situation is protecting public health, but it's just that it's very nuanced and generally with the staff at Leicester being trained both in inspectional services, but they have social services and they have nurse, you know, public health nurse to help provide information. You know, we do generally leave it to that. We have delegated them to do those services for us.
So in this case,
So,
I did reach out to that person and never heard back.
I
So-
think they
To,
completely
as a
failed.
board member, to get what though? Like just an update?
Um,
Because if it comes to us for adjudication, what do you do then?
so I reached out for them, and then unfortunately the woman passed, so it was mute that weekend, but in the moment, the officer was really trying to reach out to us for communication and
I have seen the communication.
yeah, so I just thought it could have been handled better, despite I understand everything you said, so. Again, never heard back from our nurse, or the human resources person from Leicester, so that was a little discouraging, but Michelle was very good at responding over the weekend, so that was good, but that is not on the February report. All right, anything else on that?
Well, just, I mean, just a clarification on, like, you're looking for updates from them. You, as the board. you
Or
want this to
just
come to
like
the board.
if it was requested for, how is it? Or like attempted inspection or, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how they would put it. I don't know.
Yeah,
'Cause then when it gets to us and we know nothing about it, it's just frustrating to try to.
yeah, I mean, it wouldn't generally come to us unless they're looking for adjudication from the board and either enforcement, going to court, you know, things like that, and in which case we should be blinded mostly until the case is before us for adjudication. If we're in the weeds talking about it, being involved in it, then it can be contested.
Okay. Good.
And it's
All right.
not pleasant, but it's the reality of it.
Yep. All right, we're gonna skip over the next one too, because I couldn't get
Which
on.
one's that?
Limited retail food sales. I had something, but I couldn't print it,
Okay.
so skip. Then the grant cycle status update.
Yeah, it's submitted, so it's done.
Okay, thank you. All right, and then the beach testing, so he had said he hadn't heard from you, Maureen, so he.
Well, at our last meeting, I just let you guys know if we needed it.
I
And
thought you
did-
said you were gonna get, I had in my notes, you were gonna request a quote and draft agreement. So I have here what he sent for a quote. He did check in to see if we needed him. Nice.
We got a quote.
Yeah, it should be right there.
So you do a feed 15. Come on. That looks typical, so. Make a motion that we sign the agreement.
Second?
Any discussion?
The only discussion is that we need to test in May. It may fall before our meeting. I don't know when the meeting will be scheduled or anything like that, so. When you talk to when you send it back, sign, just confirm the date of generally the week of Memorial Day, or it has to be within like 7 days of giving the permit.
Okay, wait, say that one more time.
So we have to test for E. coli ahead of issuing a permit. It has to be done, I believe, within 7 days of us issuing a permit. And I believe they open the beach around June 1st through Labor Day, right? Like, so that's kind of the window for public beaches.
Okay.
So end of May, we should ask for them to be, like, just get the confirmation of the date start to be like after Memorial Day. And then that way the results will be back and we can issue a permit to the select board. Basically, we have to issue a permit to the town.
Who does that? Does the board do that or just Lester?
We usually just do the board just does it, chair. But you could ask the cluster to do it if they don't want to do it, but usually it's more like a statement, you know, you have permission to operate the beach. The test result was X, you know, okay to open, you know, permit. It's nothing. There's like a form from the Mass DPH has a form for beach testing. There's an application to operate a beach. It's a form that Karen usually will submit to us. I can remind her to get that to us. And then it's sort of like, there may be space on that form for the okay. I can't remember. It's pretty minor. It's just, we have to test the water and make sure there's no E. coli before they open. The beach committee usually does some cleanup activities, so we just keep an eye on like their schedule and when they're going down and do it, because a lot of runoff into the lake could inadvertently make the E. coli level come back pretty elevated. And then there's a portal, and I know Deb knows how to do that portal because she did it all last summer. So she should be able to, she'll get an email within the Board of Health account. She goes in and she has to just put in the results every week.
Is that, it's connected to the town's website?
It's a state portal. So anyone, you can go to anyone, it's public. You can look up any beach in the state. And then it calculates the geometric mean for us, which was great because I hated having to calculate that. So, because we have to look for both the results on an individual basis weekly, as well as the geometric mean for the 3 past results. And the reason we have to do that is because we've had to close our beach almost every year, at least once. So you have to be so many years without having to close to not have to.
Should we ask the communications committee to put the link for that portal on
our
the
page.
Board of Health page?
It'd be nice.
So that
I think they're
easy for
kind of
people to
inundated
find
with the move
The
over,
request.
but yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
nice to get that up and updated.
They've been super responsive.
I would just link it to the state's
right,
page.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Good idea.
it'd be nice.
Are you gonna ask them or you want me to ask?
If you don't mind.
Yeah, I can ask.
I feel like it'll be. Just thinking of the timeline. So if we sign this, I get back to him and say, give him the green light and just say we need it by the end of May.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Tell them to come to last week of May to test.
You can.
That's all right. They'll come and we'll just follow up
Oh,
and
I
get
know,
them.
but to ask communications, probably should wait,
Oh, okay.
right?
I'll just email them soon so that I get it out there and let them know that it'll just be coming up in the
Yeah.
next couple months.
Yeah. They can always put the
They
link.
can
just
put it
won't be
there.
updated.
They're pretty busy right now.
Yeah.
Because of the transfer from the old webpage to the new
Okay.
webpage is a lot of weird links and stuff that they've got to fix. So I felt like I'd give them a little time to
Yeah.
do that work. And then we can, anything we want to add to that, we can. Because it's kind of like a work in progress right now.
Mhm. I don't even think I was on there when I looked.
I didn't see you
Yeah,
on
I
there.
wasn't
I
even
thought
on
that
there.
was odd, but
Yeah,
it's just a lot of weird stuff when they transferred over because I couldn't find some of the documents I needed for the grant. And so I was like, oh God, I gotta find where these are posted because legally we have to post them and we have to post the installers and haulers.
mhm.
So I did ask Lester to give us an updated list so I can shoot that over and get that posted.
Mhm.
So
It looks really nice.
it'll be nice.
Yeah. Technology. And you convert things.
All right, so who wants to sign this? Or do you just want me to?
Usually you would say.
I don't know if you said all in favor. I think we were still in discussion.
Oh, okay. All in favor? Thank you.
Aye.
I,
All right. Okay, and then we have public comment. If anybody would like to address the board on matters not reasonably anticipated, you're limited to 2 minutes per speaker. And the board will not engage in any discussion on matters not listed on the agenda in accordance with Massachusetts open meeting law. Is there anybody here that would like to speak?
Madam Chair.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, that, I guess.
What's that?
I'm sorry, can you do it 2 minutes? I think so.
JD Holcraft here. I'm gonna talk about the process of your inspections and talking about regulations with these new people that are applying. I was a sous chef back in the 80s, so I'm pretty much up. I was a sous chef for quite a while, so I'm pretty much up on the regulations. And this board seems to be trying to lighten up on the laws. Mostly you, Kim, and you, Christina. You can't bend the laws. The lady was here with the 3-bay sink. That was put in, that new law went in probably think in the late 80s or early 90s, I think. We used to use a 2-bay sink. They changed it. You can't get a variance for that. That they're very, very strict on food laws. And I notice you two, you're trying to say, it's great we're trying to get food businesses in this town. This is great. But you can't lighten up on permitting process. The law is the law, and you got to make sure you enforce it with these people. Food poisoning is a very serious thing. Luckily, I didn't have any problems when I was making my soups and salad dressings. But you have to, when these people come in here, you got to be really strict with them and just say, you're not going to get a variance for a 3-bay sink. I mean, that law was changed because of a reason. And all these other permits, you want to help them out. I get that, but you can't do it. You got to lay the law down to them. And you can't say, oh, maybe I'll give you a permit later. You just can't do that. And you know yourself, Christina, it's your business.
Yeah.
Right? You still got to get permits, right?
Yeah.
All this time later, you got to get on it. Okay. So, that's a big thing. And I think and I think another thing you should do is have a list. Huh? Okay. You should have a list to give to these people when they start a business, what they have to do for a health business. They need to have the procedures before, so they know what they're doing. Like this lady here was Willow something. She's coming back here 20 times, she should have a procedure. All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hey, nobody else?
Got a hand up.
Oh. Chris Kelleher?
Yeah. Christina, I am very grateful for the last 2 months that you gave me. The treatment that I received from this board is night and day. From the last 2 months, I was treated like anybody else in the room. I wasn't preemptively muted. I was, able to send emails to the Board of Health and get an actual response. And I mean, you guys actually took a suggestion that I laid out, said it was going to be the guideline, and I'm very grateful for that. And I say that sincerely. And for the rest of the body, I don't know what's going to happen in the next month, but I know that there is, people in the room that I clash with, and as a former member of a chair, you have to put the personalities aside and not use your power to enforce rules on someone that you have a disagreement with. The way that I was treated with my ADA accommodations, it was unnecessary. It pulled the town into a lawsuit that we don't need to be in, and it was just why was that treatment just so horrible? And it was just mean, and it was just like, why it didn't have to go there, to sit there and say that the disabled has to be preemptively muted and use whatever excuse. It was cruel. And to ignore my emails, and I actually possess emails now that was from town leadership, former chair, saying don't respond to Kelleher's emails. I'm one of your constituents. And I'm going to stop because I don't want to see it and cry. But I'm very grateful, and I hope that in the next month that we don't take a major step back. We don't take a major step back, depending on who the chair is. You have that guideline. Please follow it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, anybody else? All right, I'd like to make a motion that we end the meeting at 8:08. All in favor?
Aye. Wait, you said motion, she said so moved. I think. Did
Oh,
say
second. Yes.
All in favor.
Okay.
Okay, she's so moved.
Oh, yeah, take that back. Thank you.
CP second.
All right. Now, what do we do with this? Just leave it?
Yeah, he'll probably be back.
Anything?